So people need to pay attention to what he's saying. Go back and read all of his comments. I'll keep this brief. Even though you have not been traditionally affected, you're not black and brown. Your people have not been chewed up and spit out by the prison industrial complex and now the deportation industrial complex, which is going to become commonly known because it's not going to stop. Um, Even though you haven't been the victims of those systems, you may be in the future, because see, these two systems, you've seen how long and how deadly and how entrenched the prison industrial complex has been. Now the speedily privatized deportation complex, that is also going to be entrenched. And both those systems are just greedy beasts who chew up and spit out whoever is the next marginalized community. But what people don't realize is, even though you're not black and brown, even though you are not traditionally a part of the group that have been attacked by the lobbyists for those two, for the industrial complex and the deportation industrial complex, oh, you might be. Because in order to keep those government contracts going, like in the prison industrial complex, they get hundreds of dollars a day per person. They do it in the deportation complex. Just look at Alligator Alcatraz. Um, they're going to look for their next victim. And the next victim are the dissidents who will then be called the terrorist. And these people will come from aspects of society who sit in opposition to those in power, whose lifestyle and whose views sit in opposition to the lifestyle and views of those in power. And eventually, where it's going, I'm calling this not just a probability, but it's a prediction. Where it's going to go is it won't be race based. I've actually already talked about this before. It's not going to be race based because they're not going to be able to do it. Okay, because this whole brown and black chewing up and spitting out those folks, it's going to become so unpopular and so forbidden that they're just going to go after the next classifications that they can go after. It's why I told the Christians that it's a long-standing prediction of mine. It's why I actually got on this app, and I began to talk about what's coming, because Christians always talk about persecution, but they don't understand that who and what they are will become so toxic. And I've been saying it for years, so toxic to the free expression and the practice of human life. And we're seeing it now, that the systems in place would begin to replace the black and brown focus from that to them. But this also, in the short term, is going to apply to the dissidents. So people need to pay attention to this, and they need to begin to fight it, because the same way the prison industrial complex is entrenched in their government contracts and their state contracts, to the extent that you got, what is it, Dan Patrick in Texas talking about why THC should be banned and making it his whole personality to look like an idiot as he is railing against gummies. I don't imbibe, but I don't see why THC gummies, which helps people with their various medical conditions, helps, and why he's not going after the alcohol industry, which is very much so entrenched in Texas, which he can't go after because he would not go after his donors like that and their business. But you see stupid things like that in play in your environment, and I think everybody should just be aware of it. Because that's why you have the over policing, over sentencing that you do. And there's just coming a time to where it's not going to be a black and brown thing. It's going to be an ideological thing. And you just can't remain in general society. So the ICE of the future will come and pick you up, and they will put you in these camps. And it's why I was talking about Christians earlier. Your time is coming, and it really won't be persecution. It's just going to be accountability.